My heart didn't think it was, but it went good.
But many pilots are dodging heavy Iraqi fire.
We saw some air-to-air, and we saw some ground-air, and we saw a lot of AAA, and we worked for our money last night.
Tonight, however, this Saudi Tornado pilot told of decreasing anti-aircraft fire during his mission.
Smooth evening was quiet and well.
One thing U.S. air crews and their allies agree on is that the air war is becoming more challenging. Dogfights with MiG and Mirage aircraft indicate the Iraqi Air Force is still a threat. And F-117 stealth planes are leading the top air priority, finding and destroying Iraq's mobile Scud launchers. The pilots say the search is difficult. Ironically, some of the Scud launchers were spotted by journalists evacuating Iraq today.
About 150 kilometers from the Jordanian border, we came across, as we're driving along a secondary road, we came across 3 Scud missile mobile launchers heading past us, heading east away from the Jordanian border.
In the stepped-up effort to guide aircraft like the A-10 ground attack jets to the launchers, Bronco observation planes have been flying over Iraq. One was shot down yesterday. Still, coalition forces have the upper hand in number and technology. This French Jaguar guiding its bomb into an Iraqi hangar.
Bravo, Victor. Bravo, Victor.
Once again, in slow motion, the laser-guided bomb hits home. The variety of targets is growing. These Kuwaiti Skyhawks are armed with tank-busting bombs. And Marine Harriers are already bombing and strafing Kuwaiti border areas for future advance by U.S.-led ground forces.
Could be anything from artillery positions to troop emplacements, trench lines, bunkers. Could even be armored units that might be up ahead.
F-111s and B-52s have turned their attention to Saddam Hussein's top-line army divisions. The air war could continue another 2 weeks to further weaken Iraqi ground defenses.
Down yesterday, they are Clifford Acri, who is 39, and 46-year-old Guy Hunter. That brings to 9 the number of American airmen missing since this attack began. And as the search for Scud launchers and other targets continues, the pilots know there will be more. Garrett?
Sad news there, Arthur. Thank you for the report. And joining you there in Saudi Arabia now is NBC's Mike Betcher, who has been talking to some of our troops to try to assess the situation on the ground. Those forces are still playing a waiting game for the most part. Mike, what are they saying tonight?
Well, Garrick, right now all of the attention is focused on fighter jets and guided missiles. But out in the desert, scores of American men are dug in and waiting. Somewhere up there, another cocky pilot in a flashy jet is headed towards the war.
Lieutenant Caney, how you doing this morning?
I'm all right. Airborne.
The grunts, as the ground troops sometimes call themselves, know it will take more time and more lives to get where they're going if the ground war begins. They figure the sooner they get the order to attack, the sooner they'll be able to say farewell to life among the scorpions and snakes.
You know, this is the first step, you know, for us getting to go back home. And not only that, it's a big step in maybe getting some world peace around in this country.
Until the order comes, a Marine keeps his weapon clean and his eyes wide open. There are more worries now that the jets and missiles are passing overhead.
If they're ours or if they're Iraq's, not wondering which is which. So high up you can't tell. You just pray that they don't send in the gas or whatever.
Out here, a Marine's feeling of security runs only as deep as his foxhole, where he sometimes can feel the rumble of distant explosions.
Gets jumping every once in a while. Last night we seen some bomb flashes that was happening from last night's raid. You could hear the explosions. Kind of gets on your nerves. Just sitting there watching it, you don't know what to do. But just gotta suck it up.
Everyone is moving in one direction, towards Kuwait. Every day, more soldiers are sent towards the front line. The closer they get, the more they rely on humor.
Oh, and the Scuds come flying in. Oh, and the Scuds come flying in.
Considering what may lie ahead, a laugh feels good.
When the sun comes flying.
The guys in the trenches appreciate what the jets are doing in inflicting damage on the enemy across the border. But in the end, they believe that only they can win this war. Garrick?
Mike and Arthur, thank you very much for both of your reports tonight from Saudi Arabia.